Welcome back. Now, if you've ever done any traveling like I have, you've probably stayed in some hotels and maybe some really nice hotels. I know I have. And you've probably noticed in those nice hotels that there is some really nice artwork. And you've probably noticed nice artwork everywhere, even wine bottles. Well, who does that sort of artwork that you'd find on wine bottles or in hotels? Today we have with us an artist who does both. The artist Chris Galligan is with us today, and he does paintings both for wine bottles and also in hotels. Chris, thank you for being here and welcome.
Thank you very much.
So Chris, why don't you start by telling me a little bit about your different styles of painting?
Well, it's actually, I love painting animals, abstracts, and distant expressionistic pieces. So when I paint animals, it's definitely got kind of a phrase I coined, whimsism. It's a whimsical realism. So my paintings of animals are definitely a breed apart. When I do my abstract pieces, whether they're stripes or splatter paintings or graffitied paintings, I definitely go a little more expressionistic, definitely a little edgier, a little looser, a little more painterly. And then basically with other stuff that I'll do is just kind of almost contemporary art.
How did you get started?
Well, I started painting when I was a little boy, when I was 10 years old here in LA, and I kind of just did everything I possibly could to hold on to that. And then later in life, I got back into my art and took it to the next level, full time. And from there, I've just really kind of built a body of work, which is kind of from A to Z, so many different styles and genres and techniques that I kind of just felt like it's kind of fun experimenting with this and with that. I love animals, but I also like landscapes. And I like also to be expressionistic. So that's why my work is so vast. It's diversity.
So I've seen your paintings everywhere, even hotels. How do you get your paintings into hotels?
Well, it's a funny story with the hotels, actually, because there was a point where work was kind of slow, and I've always loved working at hotels. So I went back, I was a bellman at a hotel, and I ended up seeing this lady in and out of the property with different bags and swatches of color and lamps. I figured, wow, she must be redecorating the property or something. So I actually went in to talk with her. I started to help her out where I could. And then basically what happened is she asked me, well, what are you doing here? What do you do? And I go, well, I'm here part-time, just kind of supplementing myself. I'm an artist. She goes, really, you're an artist? I'm looking for paintings. What do you do? And I told her I was a painter. I gave her my card. She loved my work. We got together, and we ended up working side by side to complete this installation for one of the premier hotels in Los Angeles. And now it's just gone on to more and more properties. And now I'm working on basically another 100 paintings for a different property, and it's truly amazing. So it's like the old cliche, be careful. Always pay attention to what's around you, because you never know who you might bump into.
I've noticed that most of your paintings are on wood, and I understand it's a very specific type of wood. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I do actually. I've always been kind of green, so I definitely use I use a recycled product, a farmed product called a Luan, and it's actually grown in farming type areas. So they basically grow it. It grows so fast that they constantly have more and more of it. And I try to use all the recycled products that I can and keep things green. So I build all my panels by myself. No, I don't go to the store and buy canvases, but I do build my own materials, and they're green.
And your paintings are even on wine bottles. Why don't you tell me about that?
Oh, very cool. Yeah, Four Paws and a Tail. It's a wine partnership that I did about 2 years ago now. It's my dogs and cats, and we've partnered together to develop a brand of wine called Four Paws and a Tail. A portion of the proceeds go back to help out animals. It's actually just hitting the shelves of Albertsons now, and it's very exciting. It's just a great scope of things to come.
Now you have a whole line of gift products, and they're in stores all over the place. Why don't you tell me about that?
Oh, gift products have always been something I've loved to do, whether it's t-shirts or it's coffee mugs or they're just little keychains or luggage tags, different little products like that. Now I'm creating a whole line of different products. One of the largest retail chains, gift chains, picked up my products at the end of last year. That's where I launched Galligan Living. I went ahead and launched all across the nation, thousands of stores, and up in Canada as well. So if you go into some of these larger retail gift chains, you'll find my products. Just look for the animals with the Galligan signature.
So where do you get the inspiration for all this stuff?
Well, I'm fortunate because I grew up painting, and for me, the lifestyle here in Southern California is truly amazing. There's so much inspiration. I love going surfing. I love going out to the mountains and the desert as well. And every day here in LA, whether it's a blue sky with a white cloud, or it's raining, or it's sunny, or whatever, the winds, I've always been inspired living here. And I never, ever run out of inspiration. that's why my work is probably so diverse, because I'm constantly trying to keep busy in the studio, whether it's with the animals, the abstracts, the landscapes, or different stuff that I'm working on.
Is there anything I haven't asked you that you think is important?
Well, I think the most important thing, maybe even if it's for kids or adults alike, definitely do what you love to do. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, and follow your heart. Be passionate about life every day and just do whatever you can to keep, the dream alive. Every day, just be happy with what you're doing and be grateful.
Where can we go to get more information?
You can actually go to my website, GalliganGallery.com, and coming soon, GalliganLiving.com, which is going to be my whole line of products and services under the Galligan Living umbrella.
Chris Galligan, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Stick around. We'll be right back.